Welcome to Waycross Media and this week's presentation of More Air OHSAA football. This is Jake Williams, and along with my partner Sean Coleman, we will be in the booth for this struggle between the West Clermont Wolves and your Winton Woods Warriors. Now, in this week's game, our Warriors take on the visiting Wolves to figure out who stays relevant in the ECC conference. Now, September 17th is a day I'll always remember, but I don't want to recall it as the day that the Warriors' hopes of advancing in the playoffs died too. Now, the officials for tonight's affair are going to be, the referee will be Mark Kling. The umpire is Dan Hill. Line judge, Robert Krutoft. The head linesman, Ben Levin. The back judge is Doug Krutoft. And those are the officials for tonight's game. As we see the Wolves come in here, stepping down the sideline, and the Warriors coming out of their locker room. Partner Shane Coleman, what can you tell me about your facts about this game tonight?
Well, Jake, we got two teams that are looking to stay relevant, as you said earlier. Both teams come in still trying to find their footing. Winton Woods comes in at 2-2, 1-1 in the conference. And West Clermont comes in at 1-3, also 1-1 in the conference. Winton Woods, they come off of a win, 17-13 over Lebanon. And West Clermont comes off of a blowout loss to Loveland, 49-20 last week. So what I've got for us tonight, we've got some keys to victory, or as I like to call them, Shane's secrets for success. So for Winton Woods, number one, let that defense loose, Jake. This is a defense that they did not give up a defensive score until week 3, and they played some good competition there between LaSalle and Trotwood Madison, so that's some good teams. They got Kirsten Williams, who's 4th in the ECC with 27 tackles. They got J. Ron Gibson, Jaden Denton, who are number 1 and number 4 respectively in the conference in sacks, and Cameron Calhoun, who's number 4 in interceptions. Number 2 for the offense, keep that car and drive and not in reverse or neutral. We saw last time we were here against Kings, Winton Woods would have a big play, but the minute they got inside the red zone, they would shoot themselves in the foot with a false start or a hold or some other kind of penalty. You are not going to win if you can't keep that foot on the gas pedal, Jake. And number 3 for Winton Woods, run the ball. The Warriors have one of the biggest O-lines in the ECC, and they've got James Minor III, who's number 5 in the conference with 251 rushing yards. And on the other side of the field, we have West Clermont. And my secrets for success for them, number 1, just like Winton Woods, pound the rock. They have 4 players with 100-plus rushing yards, led by Marcus Johnson, who's number 4 in the conference with 316 on the ground. And they have 9 TDs as a team on the ground this season. Number 2, they have to contain the Warrior run game. The first 2 games they played this season, West Clermont's defense gave up 351 and 250 yards on the ground, respectively, to Hamilton and Lakota West. But in the last 2 games, they held Lebanon to 142 yards, which was their only win on the season. And last week, they held Lebanon to 149 yards. And number 3, keep it close so you can stick to your strength, which is the run game. West Clermont is a run-heavy team. They have to keep it close to avoid having to put that ball in the air, Jake.
And those are deep, accurate, thorough assessments of both these teams, Sean. And the Warriors are also going to have to be aware and watchful of the penalties in this game. I was at practice Wednesday, and they had a really good practice. This practice kind of passed the ear test, where a few times I had my back turned to the field, but I could tell by the sound of the guys' camaraderie out there that they're really in this together, and they want to play hard for Coach Chad Murphy as the Warriors special teams take the field to receive this kickoff from the Wolves.
Jake, we have an absolutely perfect night for some football here for homecoming weekend. Warriors looking to come up with a big W on homecoming tonight.
Absolutely perfect weather, like you say, Sean. Homecoming affair here tonight. I didn't realize it was homecoming till I turned in the driveway.
Just a little bit of a surprise, huh?
That's right, and here West Clermont kicks it off a little squib. It's going to be taken on the 30-yard line by the Warriors, where they'll put it in gear, 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Wolves tried to catch him a little off guard there with a little pooch kick, but the Warriors were staying alive and they were able to fall on it, and they'll take over. A good field position right about their own 30.
So the starters on offense for the Warriors are left tackle Henry Johnson Jr., left guard Will Edwards, center number 72 Darian Fanon, right guard number 74 Andrew Thompson, right tackle number 68 Demarion Stone. We'll give you the rest after this play. There's the give. Spikes trying to get around the edge. He gets a little up the street and finally hauled down after he picks up about 7-8 yards.
Yeah, it was a nice little play there to start the game off. Just a simple read option. He takes it off the edge and he gains a pretty good amount there. Winton Woods looking to utilize the speed early as we take another look at that play. Some good blocking up front. Spikes gets to the corner, gets hit by a whole host of Wolves, but not before he gets about 7 yards.
A lot of guys in the box now for the Wolves. Spikes gets around and picks up a 1st down as they shove him out of bounds on the Warrior 43-yard line.
Yeah, Spikes did a nice job there. He got stuffed at the initial line of scrimmage. That hole wasn't there. But as we take another look here, he sees the hole gets closed up and he bounces it to the outside and gets just enough for that 1st down. Once again, a whole host of Wolves cleaning up. Didn't matter, got the 1st down anyway.
1st and 10 Warriors. Looks like who we got at the quarterback for the Warriors tonight. Number 15, there's the give to Spikes. He's stuffed maybe about 2 yards, but they met him there.
Yeah.
Other starters for the Warriors on offense, wide receiver number 2, Derek Lawson. Number 26, Casey Spears at wide receiver. Number 14, Antonio Turner at wide receiver. Number 3, Caden Sanders at wide receiver. 22, Tyreek Spikes. And number 15, Austin Ellery.
Yep, we got a false start on Winton Woods, it looks like here. Yeah, on that previous play, though, Jake, it looks like the Warriors went to the well one too many times. The Wolves were expecting it. They just stuffed it at the line.
And that's going to be the story of the game. And the Warriors can't keep going to the same well. You see Ellery in here looking over to the sideline.
Yeah, the Wolves expect and run here. They have nobody deep at safety. If you were to go over the top right now, it's there.
Great drop for Ellery, looking to throw it. The pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great defensive play there by West Clermont. Winton Woods had the right idea. They saw they had no high safety, so if they could just get a quick route over the middle, just dump it over the top, you had all kinds of running room. But that looks like his number 48, Sebastian Staker, is the one that knocked that ball down. Actually, that's number 46, Carter Lucas.
And Carter Lucas is a sophomore, and talking to Coach Nick Ayers before the game, he's got a lot of youth on his team, sophomores and juniors. Ellery, straight drop, looking to throw this ball deep over the middle. Little separation, this ball's caught, and they get him down at about the 16-yard line. First pass attempt of the game, and Ellery connects.
Yeah, Derek Lawson, he just beats his man off the line there. Lawson, a great athlete. He's also a basketball player for the Warriors. He just beats his man off the line, and he just said, go run by everybody, and I'll hit you for a big gain. And that is exactly what happened there. Hand in his face, keeps his composure. Lawson goes and gets it. Great play by the Warriors.
So the Warriors are set up now in Wolf territory. There's a give to Spikes, but he can't beat this guy to the edge, and they got him down. Nice defense by the Wolves.
Yeah, that was number 22, Landon Early. They tried to get it to the outside, but Early stretches it, gets his hands on him, and he just slings him to the ground, and that's going to lose a yard or two for the Warriors. Normally,
this is where the Warriors' offense, their offensive line, give them decent protection for that long forming pass pattern, so they might give him time to run his ball straight at him.
Yeah, West Clermont still doesn't look like they're really respecting the pass here. They got everybody walked up.
Warriors got trips to the right. They're looking to throw this ball the far sideline over everybody's head. Incomplete.
Yeah, he was looking for Lawson again on the same kind of route. Just threw it a little too far. It's hard to get open in a deep route when you're inside the 20-yard line. The red zone can be unfriendly to the pass game sometimes.
So Winton Woods comes up on a 3rd and 11. We see number 70 coming into the game for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's Jalen Gooding coming onto the field. He's a junior. He's a big kid, 6 foot 305.
He does a lot of centering, and they got him in there at center now. Warriors trips right. Spikes gets moved up next to Ellery. Ellery straight drop throws this ball over everybody's head. Incomplete.
Yeah, Ellery, he had to contest with the blitz there. He tried to get rid of it, but he overthrew his receiver just a little too high. And that's going to bring a 4th down for the Warriors.
Looks like the Warriors are going to send their field goal team out here on this attempt. This means Dan Omba-Dombele, number 87, a junior, is going to try to put this thing through the uprights. Casey Spears, number 26, he doubles as the punter and the holder. Snapper is TJ Buckman. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the kick's got distance. And the kick is good. So with 9:25 left to go in the first quarter here from Frederick Stadium on homecoming, we have a score. Your Winton Woods Warriors 3 and the visiting Clermont Wolves nothing.
Yeah, Dan the man, he just drilled that kick, and that's a great way to start it off. You got to get some kind of points out of that drive. So the Warriors already an improvement over the last game we called, Jake, where every time we got in the red zone, it seemed like they seemed to stall. Dan the man, he drills that one. He gets the Warriors on the board first.
It's good that they got him out here before the game was on the line. Put the foot to it, and like you said, the Warriors on the board first, but now they have to make sure that the Wolves don't answer with a touchdown here. Of course, we know their defense, like we said, Shane. We're very proud of the defense the Winton Woods Warriors have come up with so far in this campaign.
Yeah, Winton Woods, they've got one of the best defenses in the city, Jake. And I played against this defense back in 2008, my senior year at Roger Bacon. I had to go against this Winton Woods defense, but obviously not the same players because those guys are all in their 30s now. But I've played against Winton Woods defense, and they are quick and they are very aggressive. And it doesn't matter who the coach is, they keep that going.
So Umbele steps off into it. Picked up on the 16 by the Wolves. Straight ahead with the ball. Holds the hats, but he's not down yet. They finally get him muscled down. Looks like about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice little return there by number 5, Evan Seabaum.
So 1st and 10, here comes the Wolves. Of course, the Clermont, West Clermont Wolves, they want to come in here and be werewolves tonight on the Warriors. Man in motion. Turn and give. Plenty of hats there. It picks up about 2 yards maybe.
Yeah, that was number 28, Zach Moats on the carry. Their leading rusher, that's number 31, Marcus Johnson. I have not seen him when we were watching pregame. I don't know if he's on the sideline tonight or not, but I have not seen him during pregame, and he doesn't appear to be out there now as the Warriors shift the beginning of the game or play.
Nolan Lucas with the handoff, but they in the backfield on that play. We're defense stout so far.
Yeah, as we take another look here, the Warriors just too quick up front. That little shift they made before the play started, that can throw you off as an O-lineman because you have to adjust to what they're doing. And if you're getting ready to snap the ball and you don't have a chance to make a line call, you could be in trouble.
Lucas back there waiting for the snap.
Got a screen.
Throws it out in the flat.
Uh-oh.
It's caught.
Oh, still going.
Tries to throw this ball, but it's going to be incomplete. That was probably ill-advised. We see a late flag on the play here.
Yeah, I'm going to guess they're going to get him for intentional grounding there. Interesting play, going with a little trickery here in the first quarter, but oh no, we got an unsportsmanlike on West Clermont, so that's going to be a 15-yarder.
Okay, so on that West Clermont 15-yard penalty, I mean, I don't know what happened with the receiver. He should have known that that was it. So somebody else came in there and said the wrong thing, I guess.
Yeah, and that goes from being 4th and 10 to 4th and a mile now. Punting from about their own 14-yard line.
So far from what I've seen of the Warriors defense, you don't want to have yourself in a position where you got to punt from the shadow of your end zone.
No, you do not.
Got Spike standing on the 50-yard line awaiting this. Kick is off. Spikes has it on the 45. Gets up to the 50. 40-yard line of the Wolves, and they get him finally shoved out of bounds, but not till he reaches the 33-yard line of the Wolves.
Yeah, Spikes did a nice job on that return. He gets a nice little block there. The first guy he sees wearing a white jersey, he just outruns him. As we take another look here, he just outruns one defender. And then he gets to a point where he can't go anywhere, but he takes a nice little stiff arm there before he's dragged out of bounds. And he gives the Warriors great field position, starting at their own 32 on this drive.
So this is where the Warriors, you know, their nation, I've been to practice, there's people uttering where they're used to these guys running up the score on people. And you can only do that on offense. There's Ellery, keeps it himself, picks up about another 4 yards.
Yeah, Ellery was trying to count on West Clermont overcommitting to the run game there because they've been running that read option a lot this first couple of plays. They thought he was going to, or they thought the defense was going to go with the running back. As we take another look, he pulls it and keeps it himself. 26 there for West Clermont. He bought it for a second, but he jumped just quick enough to get back to it. That was a nice play by number 26, Myshawn Sanders, also a sophomore, another youngster. Uh-oh.
The ball's on the ground. Ellery falls on it.
Yeah, smart play there by Ellery just to fall on that ball. Anytime you try to make something out of nothing, you can have problems. So smart idea for him to just fall on that ball and not try to risk doing anything stupid.
Third and 11, 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter here. We're offensive line on this ball. Plenty of hats in the box. Trips left for the Warriors. Ellery, straight drop, here they come. Ellery throws the ball.
Oh!
Just behind Lawson. Lawson couldn't make the adjustment to that pass. Just a little too far behind him.
Yeah, and that was an absolutely great job by Miner there, the running back. He picks up that blitz coming off the edge. He gives Ellery a chance to throw that ball. Ellery, as we take another look here, watch this block by Miner. Boom.
This
picks
nice
it
block.
up. Ellery does a nice, or Miner did a nice job there to give Ellery a chance to get rid of that ball just a little too high and away for Lawson to get to it.
So here the Warriors are, 4th and 11. 4 down territory, a little bit too long for field goal. Ellery's throwing his ball deep down the sideline.
Yes, sir.
Right under this pass.
Yes, sir.
Number 2. Lawson. Derek Lawson. That's going to be a touchdown.
What a gamble by Winton Woods going for it that early in the game. It pays off, though, as we take another look. Ellery, he just lays it out there for Lawson, and Lawson hits the afterburners and runs right under it, completely uncontested. And Winton Woods looking to make this a 10-point game. What an outstanding call by the Winton Woods coaching staff.
Okay, so we see Mr. Dan. And that kick is up. That kick is no good. So with 6:31 left to go in the first quarter here, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 9. West Clermont Wolves, nothing.
And so far in this game, we've seen this Winton Woods offense is looking a lot more productive than they did against Kings 2 weeks ago, Jake. Much more fun to watch when they were grinding to a halt in the red zone. They're looking a little scary so far in this one.
Well, you know, speaking of looking real scary, we are in boogeyman season as we get closer to Halloween. And of course, the Wolves come in here, and if they have their way about it, they'll turn into werewolves on our Warriors. But like you say, Sean, the Warriors are giving a good account of themselves, and now they got plenty of things for this West Clermont defense to think about.
Yeah, and so far what we've seen is West Clermont's committing heavily to the run game, and they're bringing a lot of pressure, but Ellery's getting some time to throw the ball. He's getting some nice blocks from his running backs and his O-line. So we'll see what they keep trying to do here if they change it up and go a little more zone and lay off the press or the pressure of the blitz.
There's the Wolves, and he gets thrown down rudely on their own 17-yard line where the West Clermont Wolves will put it in gear.
And we'll see if the Wolves can do a little more than they did on the last drive. That last drive, they went 3 and out. They're already down 9 points, so it's going to be interesting to see what they try to make as an adjustment here to try and get back in this game. Still early, only about 6.5 to go, so still plenty of time, no time to panic.
That's right.
But if you're West Clermont, you want to answer quickly so you don't let Winton Woods keep riding that wave of momentum that they're starting to get.
See, this is like the old team formula. Both sides of the ball are contributing equally to this. Here comes the defense, but he pumps and throws his balls incomplete off the hands of his receiver, number 81.
Yeah, that was a nice play there, the play action pass and the rollout, but number 81, Riley Barth, he just couldn't hold on to that ball. That would have been a nice gain for the Wolves, just couldn't hold on to it. He took a shot after he dropped it too, so that he might have heard footsteps.
So we got a 2nd and 10. Nolan Lucas, number 12, pretty big guy under center. He may have to run this ball himself to loosen up a few of these plays. There's a give inside, and he muscles his way over the first line of defenders. Looks like they got him marked down at about the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, nice little medium-sized gain there by Zach Moach, the junior. And I'm noticing on this drive, West Clermont's coming out more in that flexbone package, and they proved me wrong here as they come out in a normal formation, but they're going more with an option formation with that flexbone, so now they're going back to a shotgun, but they tried to change it up a little bit those first 2 plays. Oh!
This pass is incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 5, 5:43 left to go in the first quarter here.
Looks like West Clermont's going to go for it. Doesn't look like the punt team's coming out. It's a gutsy call to go for it.
This is a gutsy call.
Yeah, it's kind of an early time in the game to go for it from inside your own 30, but they're going to try it.
The guy that's big like
Oh, they are. They're going to pooch kick.
Oh, okay, there.
Nice punt. Oh.
Take a wolf roll. So that's going to lay up on the 30-yard line of the Warriors where they'll put it in gear. First down with 5:31 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of when you have a quarterback who can also kick a little bit. Number 12, Nolan Lucas, the senior, he does a nice job, a little pooch kick, but the Warriors didn't have anybody back, so that ball hit the ground and took a nice wolf bounce, and it rolled all the way to about the Warrior 29-yard line. So that play worked out very nicely for the Wolves.
So here's the Warrior offense. Over this ball. Ellery claps the snap. He's got it. Gives to Spikes. Spikes looks around and he's able to dip in there for about 2 or 3 yards maybe.
Yeah, Spikes had a hole there for just a second, but it closed up very quickly. So take another look. The read option again. He's got a little hole there, but it closed up real quick. That was number 13, Carter Sleet, another sophomore for the Wolves. He stepped up into the hole, and he shut that play down very quickly.
Again, the Wolves going with plenty of helmets in the box here.
Yeah, they're telling Ellery, you got to beat us over the top.
There's a give.
Uh-oh.
Joyner still carrying his ball into Wolf territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, James Minor, another big carry there, showing off why he's in the top 5 in ECC and rushing yards. Give to him up the middle, and he busts it up there as we get another look here. Minor takes that read option. He gets a nice little hold there.
That's right. See, he's decisive.
And that was another great block by number 72, Darian Fannin. He sprung that one.
Ellery's got the ball, gives it to Spikes. He's around right in. He's through a couple guys, and they finally get him down on the 31-yard line of the Wolves.
Yeah, Winton Woods has a little bit of a two-headed monster in the backfield here tonight as we take another look. Spikes does a nice job. He bounces, it gets a little bit of a hole, and he drags number 2, Bryson Early, for a little bit there to get a couple extra yards. But between Minor and Spikes, this is a two-headed monster in the backfield for the Warriors tonight.
Ellery, what to give to Spikes? He's through there again, down the sideline. I don't think this guy can catch Spikes.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be a touchdown for the Winton Woods Warriors with 3:57 left to go in the first quarter.
The Warriors are looking fantastic offensively tonight.
That's right. I mean, Coach Chad Murphy, whatever drawing board he went to, come up with a Picasso here tonight.
As we take another look, Spikes gets it to the outside, and he, just like an ex-girlfriend, he is gone.
So here's the Warriors looking for this point after. Hold is down, the kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 3:57 left to go in the first quarter here from Frederick Stadium on the campus of Winton Woods High School, Forest Park, Ohio, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 16 and the visiting West Clermont Wolves nothing.
This has been an outstanding start to the game so far for this Warrior offense, Jake. This is a much different team than we saw 2 weeks ago against Kings.
It certainly is a much different team.
This crowd is going absolutely insane in front of us. We got almost a packed house here on the Winton Woods side, and to get a shot at the band. It's homecoming. You got a packed house. You got the alumni band here as well. A lot of alumni back to watch the Warriors play. You got a great setting for a game. Great start for this Winton Woods team.
You're right. And this is what they need. This is the medicine that they needed. Excuse me, is number 87, Dan Umbadambale, sticks his foot in it. And it's in over in, picked up on the 15-yard line by the Wolves, running straight ahead. But number 23, he's met there by number 14. That's number 23, Riley Woolridge. And he's met by number 14, Kyron Oliver.
We got a late flag after the play. We got unsportsmanlike against West Clermont, actually.
I see on the sideline where our colleague Ben Quackenbush is standing down there, and it looks like that's Chris Oates probably that they're standing there with. Chris Oates, the Winton Woods baller that was serious down there at the University of Kentucky. But that's who they need. They need the spirit of Chris Oates in this game.
Looking at that replay there after the play, I didn't see anything really happen. I'm not sure what was said, but either way, West Clermont's backed way up in their own end again.
Here's the give. First guy makes it through for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, number 26, Myson Sanders, took that ball up the middle. He hit the hole hard. He gets him about 5 or 6 yards. We got a new quarterback in the game here. We got number 2, Bryson Early, the sophomore, in under center.
Bryson Early in the year, and he was mentioned to me by Coach Nick Ayers as being a possibility. There's the give on the jet sweep to number 8, Adriel Arona, a junior.
Yeah, the Wolves got the first down there. So take another look. They go back to that the flex bone package there. That's more of an option offense. A lot of Winton Woods fans probably familiar with that look since that's what Winton Woods ran for years. They go to that flex bone, they give the little jet sweep there, and they get the first down. So the Wolves trying to do something here. It's the first down they've gotten of the game, and they're looking to put this thing in gear and get back into the game.
Okay, so under center now. Bryson Early under center. Turns and gives, but the word defense is there. Rudely shoving this guy into next week. Speaking of, go ahead.
Yeah, the Wolves, they got that handoff, and he was met by about 3 or 4 green jerseys, and they said, not today, young man.
Speaking of the word defenders, we got Jaden Denton, number 44, defensive end. Defensive tackle, Jaron Gibson, number 4. Number 58, defensive tackle, Taryn Macklin. Number 95, defensive end, Cameron Jackson. Give you the rest. Wolves under center. Here's the give again around the end, but again, the Warriors defense is there waiting. Clock running, 1:30 left to go in the first quarter.
And that's something with this Winton Woods defense that we've seen time in and time again. You run the play and they get good yardage on it. You run it again a play or 2 later, you're not going to fool them again. They're going to be ready to go on the next time they see it. This is a very smart and very physical and aggressive defense. You're not going to beat them too many times.
So 3rd and 13. This is where the defense wants to get off the field. He's rolling to his right, but they're in on him. He snowed under rudely, and they got him shoved down all the way back to 5-yard line. They're going to call forward progress, looks like, and give him credit to being up at the 10 or 11.
Yeah, we take another look here. That's got to be a terrifying sight as a quarterback. You have 3 or 4 green jerseys come screaming at your face like that. That's got to be a terrifying sight if you're West Clermont.
4th and 25, Warriors are trying to shuffle people in and off the field. Timeout's been called. The other defenders for the Warriors are at linebacker, number 6, 7 blue. Number 9 at linebacker, Kirsten Williams. Defensive back, number 7, Jermaine Matthews. Defensive back, number 23, Lorenzo Hudson. DB, number 24, Quentin Jenkins Jr. And DB, number 25, Cameron Calhoun. Quentin Jenkins Jr., he's a senior around here. Been starting for a few years. He's got a lot of hash marks he's patrolled around here for the Warriors. And from what I understand, he's got schools interested in him for the future. Talking to Case Western Reserve up there. His father is very proud of his son. Talked to a few Warrior parents this week in practice, but again, a lot of them are kind of anxious, but I think this game so far tonight is giving them some relief because so far they're pitching a shutout like they did the first game. Here's his kick. Takes a Wolf bounce all the way to the 35-yard line of the Warriors. 34-yard line of the Warriors.
We got a flag on that one.
Oh.
Yeah, so Winton Woods, they let that ball bounce. Kind of interesting you get called for a block in the back on a play where there was no return, but either way, that's going to move them back 15 more from the 34 and moving that back about 15.
Yeah, we see on the more air replay where, that ball just took a nice bounce for the Wolves. And now they're marching this thing. Looks like he's going to set it down on the Warrior 22-yard line.
Yes, that actually works out double for West Clermont. They had a nice punt, took a very nice Wolf bounce. Then you add the 15 onto the end of it, and suddenly Winton Woods is pinned deep in their own territory and make them earn it this time.
But that's what they need to prove that they can earn it by driving the field. 16.2 seconds left in the first quarter. Ellery gives it to Spikes. Spikes is trying to weave through there. Excuse me, that's not Spikes. That's number 20, James Miner III.
And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter, but Winton Woods, they're looking tough after one, Jake.
That's right. After one quarter play here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 16 and the visiting Clermont Wolves nothing. Yeah, there's our friend Ben Quackenbush. I'm pretty sure that's Chris Oates probably in that wheelchair. I'm glad to see Chris Oates coming to this game. I wish I'd have had a chance to talk to him.
Yeah, he's got to be enjoying the first quarter so far. His Warriors are doing a great job after 12 minutes of play. So we take a little replay package here, that first catch by Lawson. And then there goes Spikes just taking off and leaving everybody in the dust. A couple angles of that. That was a nice run. He tightrope that sideline. He stayed in bounds.
Thank you. That's from the stat. Thank you. So second quarter, they got this thing turned around. Warriors are going toward their north end zone.
There goes Miner.
There's Miner again around right in. I think that's a good change of pace backs between Miner and Spikes.
Yeah, they've been a little bit of a two-headed monster so far tonight. Spikes had the touchdown, but Miner's had a couple big gains himself. And the speed of Winton Woods just being really effective so far on both sides of the ball. It'll be interesting to see if West Clermont can make any adjustments here in the second quarter to try and contain this offense a little better than they did in the first quarter. They're still not having any high safeties. I'm noticing they are committing to stuffing the run in this game. They've got nobody deep in safety.
And they'll learn again if that's what they need to do then. Here's the snap. Ellery gives it. There's Miner with the carries. Threads his way through would-be tacklers, and he's near first down.
Somebody lost a lid down there for the Wolves. We'll take another look here.
See on the more air, it's a replay where Miner plants his foot and he heads north with the ball.
Yeah, Miner with that nasty little juke. He actually shook the defender. That was number 34, Cody Sunday. He actually shook him to his knee. That was a great juke move there by Miner. He's got those quick feet.
Yeah, see, he looks like Coach Murphy went back to the drawing board, figured out how to employ the talent that he had. And this Miner, I'm telling you, that's going to be good for a first down if they give him the spot he's supposed to have. First down indicated.
Yeah, Miner's doing a great job. He's taking what they give him, and sometimes he takes a little more than what they're giving him.
That's right.
I mean, that play, he had a white jersey holding on to him. He dragged him for just enough for the first down. So that's some good, tough running by Miner. It looks like they're going to give him a little bit of a breather and bring Spikes back in at halfback. And I'm betting Winton Woods is setting up a pass.
Ellery keeps it himself, runs through a couple would-be tacklers, and he's got a first down.
Oh, he was half a step away from breaking a big one there. Ellery does a great job. As we take another look, the read option, the Wolves bite hard on the running back. He just takes it himself. He just gets tripped up as he crosses the midfield.
Well, so far I'm giving game ball to the offensive line because they're both pass blocking and run blocking for these guys.
Oh yeah, I'm a former O-lineman myself, and I'm always a little partial to the big boys, but they are doing a great job blocking tonight.
There's Ellery with the give, Spikes with the carry. It's like the Warriors definitely have a nation here. I see where they got a youth football team with all their people, little youthful numbers. Probably future participants in the no birth certificate barred bowl game around here.
Yeah, it looks like we got an injured Wolf on the play. That's number 46, Carter Lucas, the sophomore, down on the play for the Wolves. Yeah, but Jake, you were saying that you got Warrior Nation out in full throat tonight. They have definitely been loud out here in front of us.
That's right. And that's what they need. The players are worthy of and deserve to have the support of their whole nation.
Yeah, they are not disappointing tonight. They are putting on a show on both sides of the field.
There's that moon out there. That's the werewolf moon.
Yeah, fortunately, it's not quite a full moon tonight. So Winton Woods may get lucky and they just stay Wolves tonight, not werewolves, because it's not quite a full moon, but it's close.
When it gets a little bit darker, though, that'll be one of those moons where every now and then there'll be a cloud easing off in front of it. Yeah, this is werewolf time of year.
Yeah, we already had our last 8 o'clock sunset. We're not going to see another one of those till the spring, so we're, unfortunately, to quote Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
I don't have any problem with coming. Oh, winter coming. Whew. 9:50 left to go. Ellery's got the snap. He gives it to Spikes, but the Wolf defense is right there waiting on him, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, West Clermont, they were ready for it that time. Winton Woods went to the well, a little too much there. Too many carries right up the middle. The Wolves were waiting on it. They stuff him right back at the line. That's going to bring up third and about 5.
3rd and 5, 9:24 left to go in the half.
If you're West Clermont, you might want to be a little cautious here because they're setting you up for a play-action pass. They've run the ball every play this drive, and they're definitely walked up everybody up in the box. No high safeties. You've got to be careful. Blitz coming.
There's the ball. It's
there
complete.
It is.
It's like it's going to be a first down. It's taken down on the Wolf 29-yard line.
Yeah, Ellery does a nice job there. He steps up with the blitz coming, hits his receiver for just enough of that first down. So a great job by Winton Woods. Gave him just enough time to get that ball off for the first.
Great job by Caden Sanders to haul in that pass, too. This is what the Warriors need to do is march this ball, get some points. Minor back there with Ellery. He gives to Minor, but they're waiting for Minor this time. Very little or no gain on the play.
Got a little laundry on the far sideline.
Penalty, huh?
Got a bench infraction on Winton Woods.
See, now Winton Woods, they can't be playing around. They got the possibility of getting in position to score points. And now they're putting it in reverse, like you were saying at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, fortunately for the offense on that one, that wasn't actually an offensive penalty. They called that one on the sideline, but it was only a warning since that was our first one, so no harm, no foul. But the next one will be penalties. And
that's going to be a penalty. Warriors and receivers look like they left a little too early.
Yeah, I thought I saw a green jersey starting to go a little quick there.
So the Warriors are going to be moved back to the 32-yard line of the Wolves. Warriors clock moving here, 7:56. The Warriors need a big chunk play on this 2nd and 13.
Yeah, West Clermont, they're still going aggressive for the run game. They've got everybody walked up and no high safeties again. Here comes the blitz.
Uh-oh, he's got blocks.
Uh-oh. Oh, run through him.
Nice carry.
Uh-oh, Minor's down. There, he's back up. Yeah, nice little screen pass there. Minor does a good job. He's got a little bit of a convoy, makes a man miss, lowers the shoulder and runs through a tackler, but he goes over down on him.
So 1st and 10 now. That was a good completion, though. That was a key pass right there and pick up of that first down, because this enables him to keep the pressure on the score before halftime.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you combat the blitz, too. Just dump it right over the top of it.
Spikes can't get around everybody, and he's really
And
thrown
there's
down
another
for a
flag.
penalty out of bounds.
We're going to have a late hit against West Clermont. They threw him down out of bounds.
This is the way they have, with the weapons that Winton Woods has, this is what they can be doing to most teams they play. Just taking turns, letting guys make big plays. They've moved this ball deeper into Wolf territory where it's going to be set down on the 9-yard line.
Yeah, as we take another look here, Spikes does a nice job. Actually, they got away with a little bit of a hold there. And there's the face mask right there. You can't do that. And he slings him to the ground by it, too. So that's a very easy 15-yard penalty right in front of the official.
There's a fake
Uh-oh,
give
there
to
goes
Spike.
Ellery.
In the end zone, touchdown. Winton Woods Warriors runs through an arm tackle on his way into the end zone.
The Warriors just keep coming after this defense. Another nice little read option as we take another look. He fakes it to, I believe that was Spikes. Ellery keeps it himself, runs through an arm tackle, and he is gone.
Yeah, I can see now where they have, whatever they've come up with is definitely suitable for tonight and hopefully well into the future. They don't get a break next week around here either.
No, Milford's got a tough team this year as well. That's a team that's definitely gotten better over the last couple of years, and we'll be covering that game as well, Jake.
That kick is up, and that kick is good, but then Dumbele. So with 7:01 left to go in the half, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 23 and the visiting Clermont Wolves nothing.
Yeah, Winton Woods, they are putting on a show for their homecoming fans here. If you're an alumni that came back to watch the game, you have to be very happy with the fact you made the decision to come back tonight, because the Warriors, they got this crowd going crazy. Offense has been going crazy. They're running wild down there. The defense is doing their thing. If you're an alumni or even just a student or even just a casual fan of Warrior football, you have to be loving this game tonight.
There's no casual fans of Warrior football. Sean, are you a casual fan of Warrior football?
I'm a Roger Bacon alum, but Warrior football, it is a lot of fun to watch.
So that kick is off. Wolves pick it up on the 10. He's going to try to beat these guys
nice
to the
block.
edge, but he's going to probably pay. Tackle. And that's right. He doesn't even make the 20-yard line. Clean tackle.
We got about 3 flags on the play during the return. We'll have to see what's coming up here.
I know that tackle should have had anything to do with the flag. Here we go. Personal foul.
Oh, we got a helmet-to-helmet there on West Clermont on the block.
That's right.
Actually, I believe that was a blindside block is what they're going to call there. So let's take a look. That was a big block. I don't know if, let's see.
There it is,
that's
right
a blindside. Yep, that's a blindside block. That's one of the newer rules in football.
And that was a nice tackle. Who made that tackle? Number 25 on that tackle. That's Cameron Calhoun, 6 foot, 175 pounds, junior.
Yeah, and Calhoun let him know about it too. He stood there and said, yeah, try getting up after that one.
This is 6:53 left to go in the half. This is where the Warrior defense has to stay on their toes. Can't let these guys get no cheap score right before half.
reverse.
Double reverse.
They're ready.
They're waiting.
Yeah, they try to get tricky there. Run the reverse, but Winton Woods stayed home, and they said, yeah, we're not falling for that one.
That's number 8, Adriel Orona, a junior for the Wolves, making that handoff on that double reverse.
Yeah, and the Warriors must have watched a lot of film of this Wolf team just because of the fact that's the second trick play they've run in this game, and they haven't bid on either one.
This flag on the play. Looks like there was a fumble covered by the Wolves.
Fumble on the play. That was recovered by West Clermont.
Clock moving, 6:03 in the half.
We had a bad snap there. Looks like the center snapped it off his own backside.
Okay, so 3rd and 11. This is where the Warrior defense make their presence felt again. Straight drop. Throws his ball up in the air. Incomplete. He almost had the tip drill interception on that.
Yeah, Winton Woods secondary. They may want to stop by volleyball practice one day this week and learn how you get the dig set spike there, because they had that ball up there and they were volleying it like the volleyball team, but he just couldn't get to it in time.
Okay, so the Warriors send number 12 back there to receive this punt. That's Antonio Turner Jr., senior, 5'8", 160 pounds. Again, this is where the Warrior defense can very easily jailbreak this punt attempt.
Yeah, it's never comfortable punting from the shadow of your own goalpost.
Turner coming up, the ball hits in front of him.
And
Get away
another.
from it.
And we got Laundry on the field again.
Takes a wolf roll where they'll be putting this thing down on the West Clermont 47-yard line. We'll see what the flags are about.
Yeah, and that flag's going to be a hold against Winton Woods. That's going to move them back a little bit more from the end of the play. And there it is right there, heading right by the back of the jersey. You can't do that. So let's see what this Warrior offense has in store for us on this drive, because they've been lights out so far in this one.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what they can come up with for us.
We got that two-headed monster in there at running back. Spikes and Miner both out there.
Miner with the carry, around right in. Miner down the sideline. He finally shoved rudely out of bounds. Looks like on the West Clermont 33-yard line.
As we take another look here, we get some great blocking. Nice job there. And Derek Lawson with a great block there buries that defender downfield.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball's on the 33-yard line.
Nothing quite like watching a skill guy blocking downfield.
Busted play. Ellery, get what you can. And he gets what he can. Looks like he's picked up about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, it looks like we got some wires crossed on that play. Went for the read option and nobody was home to fake the handoff to. And Ellery did a nice job of getting about 4 or 5 yards there just to help himself. It looks like we had some miscommunication there. Spikes went one way, Ellery went the other, but Ellery did a nice job keeping it and saying, you know what, I'm going to try and get some yards.
See, again, that's a testament to the offensive line playing respectable ball tonight, because the extra time that took, the guy still had ability to make a play.
Uh-oh.
Miner's thrown down, and he fumbles the ball, and looks like finally someone's on top of it, but it's going to be a West Clermont Wolf. See on the more air replay where, this is where Miner should have just headed north with that ball.
Yeah, that was a great job by West Clermont's defense. as Miner was getting slung to the ground. That was number 13, Carter Sleet, came by and just slapped the ball right out of his hand and then recovered the fumble. So that was a really nice heads-up play by Sleet on defense there. He saw Miner had the ball stretched out a little bit as he was falling down, and Sleet just came by and slapped it right out of there. It's a great heads-up play as we get another look.
Coach Nick Ayers made special point of telling me about this guy that you just referred to.
Yeah, Sleet just comes right by and he swats it right out of his hand. Miner actually looked like he thought he was down because he didn't really react there.
So we'll see on this 1st and 10. Here comes the Wolves trying to get to the edge, but
Nice job.
too many hats there.
Winton Woods just too fast on defense. That play is not going to work as they read and react and they get there in a heartbeat. That's exactly what just happened on that play. They read that play, they react to it.
Yes.
About 3 or 4 green jerseys fill that hole before he can get anywhere.
Yeah, you're pretty much doing him a favor when you call that play.
Yeah, I've had to play offense and defense against Winton Woods back in the day, and even back then, that's how they play. They're fast, they're aggressive, and they will fill the hole in a heartbeat. And they've got bad intentions when they do.
Under center this time, number 2 for these guys. That's Bryson Early. Bryson Early
big
rolling.
hit.
Couple 3 yards on the play. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, Moats took a shot there as he went down. He had a little bit of a hole, and it got closed up real quick.
3rd and 7, 3:16 left to go here in the half. Bryson Early. Got a man in motion. He's rolling to his right. They're in there on him. Throws his ball incomplete. Number 6, 7 Blue, was about to introduce this guy to the green turf there.
Yeah, 7 Blue, he was screaming upfield after Early. Early got real lucky. He dumped that one off. I think 7 Blue was about to introduce him, as you said, to that very bright green turf. And it's got those little rubber pellets on it, but it's still not very forgiving when you hit it hard. Not something you want to do if you're a quarterback. It's slammed to the ground.
3:01 left to go, 4th and 7. Wolves with this ball on their own 48. They're going to punt. Warriors got a guy standing on the 15 awaiting this kick. Kick is up, low kick. Hits on the 21. Get away from it, everybody. He picks it up, but they're all over him, and he's lucky he didn't lose that one. Warriors will put this thing in gear on their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision there by number 7, Jermaine Matthews Jr. Usually in that situation, once the ball hits the ground, you want everybody in a green jersey getting away from it. I think Matthews got caught in between, and he figured it was going to hit him anyway, so he was going to try and do what he could with it. But that's one of those, I'm sure his special teams coach will be having a word with him on the sideline when he gets back, because that's not something you usually want to do on a return game.
That's right, and I saw Coach Chad Murphy have a word with him when he got back too. So the Warriors have put in gear, 2:50 left to go. This is where they need to just possess this ball and run out the clock here. Here's to give. Miner straight ahead. A lot of hats got him wrapped up, but he still looks like he's going to pick up about 6 yards.
Yeah, we take another look there. Miner takes that one right up the middle, and that's what the Warriors have been doing with the run game. The majority of this game, they just give it right up the middle, and they're just saying, we're going to play smash-mouth football. Stop us if you can.
That's right. That's what you can do when you got an offensive line that's upholding their end of the deal.
Yeah, and speaking as a former O-lineman, that's the kind of football we love playing. We want to line up against that defensive front and say, we're bigger and stronger than you. You can't stop us, and we're going to show you how.
Okay, Spears in motion. Ellery gives. The Miner, he runs around, and he's picked up a nice 1st down across the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Minor, once again, he hits that hole hard. He gets it with a big, quick explosion there, and he picks up a first down. And the Warriors are moving again.
You know, that's good. They give Minor the ball after that fumble to show him there's no hard feeling.
Yeah, I'm noticing there on that replay, somebody must have told him you got to keep that ball high and tight even all the way to the ground, because he kept that ball tucked way up high and tight like they teach you the entire way to the ground, so he doesn't want to slip up again. Yeah, high and tight when you're a running back. You never want to be low and loose. It's always high and tight.
See what happens. Number 12 in the game now, Antonio Turner Jr. Spears in motion. There's the give to Spikes. He's around everybody. If he gets his block, no one's going to catch him. He's all the way down the sideline. He's in the end zone for a touchdown for the Winton Woods Warriors.
Oh, we got laundry on the field.
Got laundry on the field, huh?
I'm thinking we're going to have some unsportsmanlike conduct because the ref had to step in around the 20. We had a Winton Woods player getting into it with a, and we got unsportsmanlike on West Clermont, it looks like. It looks like the touchdown is going to stand because it looks like they're pointing at West Clermont. Oh, no, it's going to be on both sides. Looks like both sides are going to get nailed.
The Warriors are going to have to figure out a way to put their motions, check their motions at the door with some of this stuff.
So it's only going to go one way. It's going on Winton Woods. So the touchdown will stand. As we take another look, here goes Spikes. He gets to the outside. His O-line just caves in everybody. And Spikes has got that explosive speed. And just like an ex-girlfriend, he is gone.
Sean, these ex-girlfriends must have dropped a hammer on you because you have referred to them again. That's right. That's Tariq Spikes, number 22 on your program, but he's got 50 ways to leave these guys in the dust.
Yeah, Spikes, he's got that afterburner speed there. If you get him in space, he is going to leave you in the dust.
Dan Umadambale puts it up and through the uprights. So with 1:21 left to go in the first half, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 30 and the visiting Clermont Wolves 0.
Yeah, I'm noticing here, looking at the Winton Woods sideline, that was number 3, Caden Sanders for Winton Woods that got nailed for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And they're disciplined in it immediately. They got him down here doing up downs on the sideline.
That's right.
So you like to see it. The Winton Woods coaching staff, they're not going to stand for it. You got to love when the coaching staff isn't going to put up with that kind of stuff.
Well, you don't always have where you can absorb those kind of plays and still, survive the game, as we see again on the more air instant replay. Spikes, he can get his motor rolling too. That's a double deuce coupe.
Yeah, we get another look at that Spikes. He just outruns everybody. And there's Sanders right there with a great block. I don't know what caused the personal foul after the play, but that was a great block by Sanders to help spring that play.
So the officials are doing what they can to get this set up. They're going to take this penalty against the Warriors on this kickoff and march this ball down to the 25-yard line. That's where the Warriors will kick off from, their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that's that big of a difference. I mean, you watch the NFL games, and you see these kickers that just routinely launch the ball out of the back of the end zone back into the stands. But for a high school kid, I mean, Dan the man, he's 11th grade, so he's a junior. That makes him about 16, 17-year-old kid. That's a big difference driving that ball 15 yards further back that you got to kick it.
And he sticks his foot in it. Picked up on the 20. They surround him, but he runs straight south. He's through everybody. He's got one man to beat. That's Dan Umadambale, and he gets around him, but he's finally going to get shoved out of bounds at inside the 5-yard line. 1:06 left to go in the half. Warriors Warriors let a big special teams play rear its ugly head against them.
Yeah, that was an outstanding return there by number 4, Cameron Sleet, the senior. As we get another look here, he's got great blocking. He makes one guy miss, goes right up the middle. Nice blocking by West Clermont. And at this point, it's just a foot race, and Sleet just about wins it. Makes another guy miss, and he's finally wrestled out of bounds by number 5, Maurice Daniels. So he almost won that foot race, but this is
nice save by Maurice Daniels.
Yeah, this is definitely the best field position West Clermont's had all game. We'll see if they decide to go with the run game or try to dump a quick pass here.
There's nothing there. Straight ahead with it, and there's Stone.
Yeah, he tries to go right into the heart of that Winton Woods defense, and that usually is not a place you want to go.
It'll be second down, 1:01 left to go in the half. Timeout call. Coach Murphy has his defense over there discussing what they want to do.
Yeah, this has been an outstanding effort by the defense. If they give up points on this drive, it's 100% not going to be their fault. When you start with the other team getting the ball at your own 5, at this point you're just trying to keep them to a field goal instead of a touchdown. So that's
right.
That's a win for the defense if you can keep them to 3 instead of 6.
And the defense, even at that, of course you like to have a shutout, but on the other hand, you want to have the W.
Yeah, the W counts for a lot more in the grand scheme of things than a shutout does. I mean, a shutout leads to a W, but you don't get the W without the shutout. But I'm sure Winton Woods just wants that over 500 record.
So they got him stuffed for a loss again. So this is going to be 3rd down and 6 or 7.
Interesting play call. We got interesting play calling here by West Clermont. That's back-to-back run plays, but then they immediately call a timeout. So you kind of wonder, if you're trying to preserve clock, why are you not throwing the ball? It's kind of interesting play calling from my perspective.
3rd and goal from the 7.
Because that Warrior run defense, they have been stellar tonight.
Now, I was talking to their coach, and he said their place kicker, may be able to kick one from 25, 30 yards out. So, theoretically, this is within his range. Even though they need a touchdown, they need something to hang their head on before halftime, where a field goal will do something.
Yeah, you need some kind of momentum going into the locker rooms for halftime, down 30-0. I'm sure they'd like to cut that lead in by 6 or 7 more than 3, but at this point in the game, you want to put something on the board before the break if you're West Clermont.
That's right, because the Wolves, they get the ball to start the second half because they deferred.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go with that run again. They're in the flex bone. Interesting play calling. They have no timeouts now. Oh, they're going to QB keeper.
Fakes to give, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown.
That's some nice trickery there by number 2, Bryson Early, the sophomore. He got him overcommitting to the handoff there. He just rolls out. As we take another look, he's hiding the ball, actually. That was heads-up play by the youngster, the sophomore. He actually was hiding the ball behind his right hip as he was running, gave him an extra split second of...
That's the way you execute that in the old days. You hide that ball on your hip,
Yeah, that's great heads-up play by the youngster. So the Wolves are going to try and claw back into this game with less than a minute in the first half.
So here comes the Wolves, try this extra point. This kicker probably needs some confidence boost anyway. High snap. Kick is good. So with 48.8 seconds left to go in the half here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 30 and the visiting West Clermont Wolves 7.
Yeah, the Wolves are trying to get some momentum heading into the break, but so far it's been all Warriors all the time. So it's nice for West Clermont to get a little momentum to build up here before we head into the break. That was a desperately needed touchdown, and we'll see if that affects the outcome going forward.
That's right, because a lot of football games I've watched, a late score just before half can be poison. I mean, it could be great for the team that's scoring it, but I don't think the Warriors are going to allow themselves to just be in cruise control to the point where they let this one get away here.
No, absolutely not. Winton Woods, they're a very experienced team. I mean, they've been to the state semifinals and the state finals how many times in the last 5-6 years? This is a very experienced team. Their coaching staff, they're not going to let them let off the gas in this game.
That's right. I don't believe the coaching staff will let them. And it was indicated by the fact that they put immediate corporal punishment on this guy with that penalty.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen during a game before, and I've been around the game of football. I've played 9 years myself, and I've seen guys get personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conducts, but never seen a coaching staff do something about it on the sideline. That was actually impressive to see that. Usually that's something you take care of the next following Monday, but I like to see it. They're not going to put up with it.
There's Spikes with the ball. He runs 2 tackles, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him. It's just going to be a matter of touchdown city. Touchdown for the Winton Woods Warriors. Number 22 in your program. 50 ways to leave these guys in the dust.
Yeah, and Spikes just takes that ball. He takes it down the left side. It was a good another look here. Spikes takes the kick. Makes one guy miss, cuts it back to the left, and at this point it's a foot race, and Spikes is not going to leave that foot race. He is leaving a bunch of wolves right in the dust, and that is one of those you say, see you later.
The double deuce coup.
Yeah, 22 says deuces as he runs by everybody.
See, Warrior Nation, who got flags before they can get the kickoff.
We got a legal substitution on West Clermont, so that's going to move them even closer. So you wonder, do you go with a lead like this? You're probably not going to go for it here because there's no real reason to do it at this point. But it's one of those things, it makes it a little more tempting when you move a yard closer.
But I think Mr. Dan Umbadombele needs to work with this toe going through the upright more than they need to worry about going for 2.
Oh, absolutely. Dan the man, you want to make sure he keeps getting that rhythm.
Hold us down. There's the kick up. And that kick is good. So with 37.3 seconds left to go in the half here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 37 and the Clermont Wolves 7.
And Jake, I think we answered our question if Winton Woods was going to let off the gas. The ensuing kickoff, they take it right back for a touchdown. So I think that answered the question. No.
That did answer the question, as we see on the More Air instant replay again, where, and the thing I like about it, there was no laundry on the field, because if there was a reason, they would have definitely had it out there.
Yeah, and Spikes has got that track star speed right there. You get him in space, and he's just going to outrun everybody. We're getting some great camera work by our camera crew tonight, too.
Yeah, our camera crew tonight is really putting it down for the Warrior Nation. As you see them showing the cheerleaders, pumping up the volume for everybody. Dan Umbadombele steps off into this ball. Now it's up to special teams to not allow a big return, where he picks it up on his 5. Surrounded. And he's
hello!
Big hit. Big hit.
Wow. Oh, Sleet spun right into a huge hit. Glad he got up, but man, he took a shot.
See on the More Air replay, who's that guy that made that hit?
I don't know, because he's going to want to avoid that truck. Bang!
No angle.
Yeah, that's one of those. Did anybody get the number on that truck?
Well, just suffice to say that the Warrior defense, put the stone stomp on this guy. He's still on his feet, though. Picks up about 8 yards. Clock moving, 21 seconds. Clock's still moving. It's like the Wolves would be content to get this thing into halftime. 11 seconds left here.
Yeah, it looks like Lucas wants to run one more play, but they're not going to get the play into him. So I guess
get it off.
That's going to take us to half, and the Warriors looking awfully darn good after one half.
So there we are. One half of play in from Frederick Stadium. We have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 37 and the visiting West Clermont Wolves 7. Waycross Community Media, the WCM will be back with more after halftime.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
official for this year's homecoming festivities is Mr. Jeff Parker. Mr. Parker's family moved to the Forest Park area in 1966. He graduated from Forest Park High School in 1986 and continued his education at the University of Cincinnati. Mr. Parker is the architect for the beautiful new North and South campuses. He says his hope is that they, the buildings, will be a place where Winton Woods scholars will build strong foundations to pursue their dreams and solve challenges that we never thought possible. While in the community, he enjoys riding his bike, playing frisbee golf, or exploring the creeks. He would like to thank his wife Brenda and his children Ellie, Anna, and Sam for helping him in his journey. Thank you, Mr. Parker, for your contributions to our 21st century learning. And now we will welcome our court. Representing the freshman class of 2025, the lady of the 2021 homecoming court is Amaria Stevens. She is escorted by the Lord of the 2021 homecoming court, Hayden Spitznagel. Representing the sophomore class of 2024, the Duchess of the 2021 homecoming court is Elijah Miller. She is escorted by the Duke of the 2021 homecoming court, Damian Jones. Representing the sophomore class of 2023, the Princess of the 2021 homecoming court is Wisdom Davis. She is escorted by the Prince of the 2021 homecoming court, Colin Sullivan. Now for the class of 2022, our senior homecoming court. Senior attendant, Amy Nightingale. Amy carries a 4.0 GPA and is one of the top scholars of the class of 2021. While maintaining her grades, Amy has also been active in student council and Key Club. Amy also competes athletically. She's been a two-sport athlete during all of her high school career. She's played varsity softball all 4 years, where she's been a captain for 2 years, and has been on the varsity volleyball team for the past 2 years, and this last year she added a job at Old Navy to her resume. Amy plans to go to college for computer science and engineering. She definitely wants to spend as much time as possible traveling. Her first stop will be Greece or Italy. Here is Amy Nightingale. Next is senior attendant, Kishana Mitchell. Kishana has been an honor roll student for her entire high school career. She's played on the softball team for 4 years in Little League and 3 years in high school. After graduation, Kishana will be attending Ball State University, majoring in nursing and minoring in music. Her main goal after high school is to be successful no matter how hard life gets. Our next senior attendant is Quentin Jenkins. Football team captain Quentin Jenkins has been a starter on the varsity team for 3 years. This scholar athlete has taken multiple advanced placement and college courses throughout his high school career. After high school, he will graduate with the Ohio Transfer Module Certificate from Cincinnati State. After that, Quentin plans to major in biology on a pre-med track with plans to become an orthopedic surgeon. Let's hear it for Quentin Jenkins. Next is senior attendant Jaden Potts.
Yes, sir!
Drum major Jaden has been in the Winton Woods concert band, symphonic bands, pep bands, jazz combo, a cappella, and varsity ensemble. Jaden plays the clarinet, bass clarinet, tenor sax, soprano sax, French horn, drums, and trumpet. He's also part of the Trian Music Society. He has earned the Instrumentalist Magazine Merit Award and a Musicianship Award, along with 2 OMEA Solo and Ensemble Awards. Jaden is part of the Forever Kings Incorporated. an organization dedicated to empowering young males of color to find true brotherhood and access their full potential. When Jaden isn't busy performing in our community, he works as a food and beverage supervisor at Kings Island. After high school, Jaden plans on attending Jackson State University to major in music performance and music technology. He hopes to become a well-known musician, playing and creating for the world while helping others through his passion. Let's hear it for Jaden Potts. Next is senior attendant Caleb Sanders. Throughout his 4 years in high school, Caleb has been involved in a number of activities. He has played football all his life and recently has returned to playing baseball. After graduation, he plans to play college football. Although he's not yet declared a major, he believes everything will come to him in good time. Let's hear it please for Caleb Sanders. Finally, senior attendant Ronnie Taylor. Ronnie Taylor has participated in a cappella, varsity ensemble, Key Club, philanthropy club, and is the lead singer for his church. He identifies himself as the best singer you can ever imagine, also known as Michael Jackson's twin. He's worked as a McDonald's manager and is part of the Kings Island supervisor team. Ronnie has maintained honor roll for 3 years and has achieved multiple awards for his leadership. After high school, Ronnie will be attending trade school to earn his degree for cybersecurity and information technology. Let's hear it please for Ronnie Taylor. And now for our Grand Marshal, Jeff Parker, who will assist in the crowning of our homecoming Queen and King. Winton Woods drumline, can we have a drum roll, please? The 2021 Homecoming King, Ronnie Taylor. And to accompany Ronnie, the 2021 Homecoming Queen is Amy Nightingale. Congratulations to all of this year's attendance. See you tomorrow at the dance where we will be celebrating in a winter wonderland. The Winton Woods Marching Band and alumni will close out the 2021 Homecoming halftime with Hey Look Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco. We hope you enjoy.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Ohio develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means that school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first before they put on the team uniform later. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Welcome to the second half from Frederick Stadium, where we have a score of Winton Woods 37 and the Clermont Wolves 7. Now, Coach Nick Ayers has been a worthy foe going all the way back to his days in charge of the Glen Estee Trojans of the old Fort Ancient Valley Conference. But the Warriors need to send these would-be werewolves back from whence they came. Now, the homecoming festivities we had tonight at Winton Woods, and they were awesome. And I want to congratulate Ronnie Taylor and Amy Nightingale for being awarded King and Queen. Now, Sean Coleman, what can you tell us about what we've seen so far tonight up in here?
Well, for the story of this game has been the big plays on both sides of the ball, but particularly from the Winton Woods side. We've had Tyreek Spikes for Winton Woods. He's had a big day on the ground. He's got 132 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He also had a big 70-yarder. Buddy Ellery, the quarterback, he's got 104 yards with a touchdown. And one of that touchdown was to Derek Lawson, who also had a 78-yard reception, who set up that touchdown. And then Tyreek Spikes on the return game, he had that big 78-yard kick return right before halftime. And then on the other side of the field, you had West Clermont. They had that big kick return by Cameron Sleet, the 75-yarder that set them up with their only touchdown that came from the sophomore quarterback Bryson Early, who had that little 7-yard touchdown run. And that's where we stand. Big plays, the story of this one, Jake.
That's right, and Sean, it looks like the Warriors came alive late in the second quarter of this game. They started really enforcing their will, pushing guys around. And here's another thing. Their penalties tonight, they are far less. They had 3 penalties for 31 yards, and I know it's never good to have penalties, but 3 for 31 yards, that's a good effort for these guys.
Yeah, compared to the last game we did here 2 weeks ago against Kings, this has been like nothing at all. I mean, they haven't had any of those dumb penalties inside the red zone that cost them points. I mean, even when they had penalties that backed them up on that first drive, they got the field goal. I mean, Winton Woods, they're not shooting themselves in the foot, and it's amazing how good you can be when you actually just keep running your offense the way it's supposed to be run, and the defense has been lights out as they have been all season long. I mean, you can't blame them for that touchdown they gave up when you're starting at your own 5. That's not really your fault. But, I mean, Winton Woods, this has been by far a different team than we saw 2 weeks ago.
And it's good that they decided to start getting impressive, because next week they have Milford Eagles coming in there. Again, another former foe from the Fort Ancient Valley Conference, the Milford Eagles, and now they're headed by, which is Tom Grippa. He's been around these coaching circles in town for years, pretty successful too.
Yeah, Milford's one of those schools. Back in the day, back when I was in high school about 12 years ago, Milford wasn't that great of a team. But the last couple of years, this Milford Eagles team, they've started getting it together, and they're no pushover anymore. Milford can play now.
That's right. And as Winton Woods Warriors, you know, they feel good about themselves today. And they had, like I said, when practices I was at, they had good spirited practices. So it's just a matter of them playing on game day without these big penalties. As we see teams taking the field, Warriors are all set up. They're going to be kicking this ball off to the Wolves since the Wolves deferred. And hopefully for the Wolves, they can get off on good foot in the second half. And Dan Ombele gets this thing off. Picked up on the 11 by the Wolves. He runs in there straight south, but they got him snowed under about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, and that was senior Cameron Sleet. He's been their return guy today. He took a big shot on the last return he had, so I'm sure he was thankful for more of a takedown than a big pop like he took on the last one. And Jake, we have to point out for the remainder of this game, unless the Wolves can get a touchdown here and keep Winton Woods off the board, we are going to have a running clock for the rest of this game due to the score being a 30-point lead, and we're in the second half. So that's something to make note of. The clock is going to keep running this whole time unless there's post-touchdown or post-field goal, but that clock is going to keep running.
Well, I'm sure people on a Friday night, different ones have different things to do, and so they don't mind that running clock. Here's the first play. Nice carry inside. He's got close to first down pickup.
Yeah, and there was a couple of fake handoffs there that were done there by Lucas. And we're starting to see now why West Clermont's got a couple guys on this team that have over 100 yards rushing on the season. They've got about 4 or 5 options they can go to on any play. As we see it there, they had about 2 or 3 guys go in motion. He hands it off. But that's the way West Clermont runs with that triple option style offense. You've got all kinds of guys running by the quarterback. You're never really quite sure who's got the ball until you see him going downfield with it.
Under center.
Oh!
He's going to be hit hard, and his pass is intercepted by the Warriors.
And that is the staple of the Winton Woods defense. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And it pays off there with a big turnover.
See here, he fakes the handoff, and he's hammered as soon as he lets go of the ball. I saw number 25 on that interception, Cameron Calhoun.
In Calhoun, he's tied for 4th in the conference in interceptions prior to that one. That might move him up to 3rd or 2nd.
So we got the Warriors offense on the field. Like you said, we're going to have this clock running. 10:15 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like the Warriors having a little confusion getting a play here.
We're going to have to call a timeout then. Timeout called, so it looks like they had a guy that wasn't out there We see number 70 trying to rush out there, Jalen Gooding, 6 foot, 305-pounder, junior.
Yeah, you don't want to play with only 4 offensive linemen. That doesn't usually work out well for you. If you're trying to rush an O-lineman out there, there's not many schools or teams in the area that you're going to rush an O-lineman out there in time, because we're not the fastest people in the world. We're out there to get in the way and open holes. We're not out there to break any speed records, so we're not going to be able to get out there very quickly, so it's probably best to use a timeout there.
You go the offensive line back out on the field.
I'm sure that's not a timeout that Winton Woods wanted to burn this early in the half, but with the score the way it is, I'm sure they're probably not that concerned.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect them. There's the give. Minor hesitates before he sticks his nose in there. Only going to be able to pick up about a yard or 2.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, with the score the way it is, you're probably going to see a lot of that for the rest of the game from Winton Woods, because you don't want to run the score up. I mean, it's a conference game, but there's no reason to run the score up. You're probably going to see a lot of gives up the middle here, trying not to run the score up if they can help it. I don't think Winton Woods is that kind of team that would try to put up more points than they need to.
No, I don't think so. I mean, to a certain extent, that running the score up is poor sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like, we're not going to throw on you, but you still got to stop our run game. Nice block.
There's Spikes.
Uh-oh.
With the ball.
Oh, we got laundry. We got laundry on the field. And it's coming
on
back.
The more air replay. Okay, yeah, Ellery had that ball.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to call Lawson for a hold there, because he kind of tackled the defender as Ellery went by. That's exactly what we have. We have a hold against Winton Woods. Nice run by Ellery, but it's coming back, and it's just going to look good for him to put on a tape and just forget to mention the fact that it came back and didn't count. Send that out to a college scout somewhere. It's like, yeah, I did a great job, but it didn't end up counting.
Well, you need to put a certain amount of things on tape for your future opponents to have to consider. Ellery, he's got good balance, though, to tightrope that sideline like he did for that long.
Yeah, that's impressive. He's tightroping the sideline as he's falling down. He actually got about 3 or 4 extra yards there before he actually went down. That was an impressive display of balance.
So here's the Warriors offense dressing this ball. Ellery back there. He's got Spikes and Minor with him back there now. There's a give to Minor, but they hammer Minor. Throw him for a loss this time.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing in this type of game where you got a blowout and you know what the other team's going to do. They're just loading up the box now, and they're expecting the run. He's got about 3 or 4 white jerseys right there. There's nothing more Minor could have done there.
Third and 8, 7:20 left to go in the third quarter. Ellery back there in the pistol. Minor with him. Ellery looking to throw this ball over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for number 12, Antonio Turner Jr.
Yeah, that was kind of an errant pass there by Ellery that was almost right to the linebacker there. He's lucky that ball wasn't going the other way. But either way, that's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors. And it looks like they're going to bring on the punt team.
4th and 8. The Warriors are going to punt this ball. Wolves got a guy standing on his 10-yard line waiting his kick.
Yeah, and that's Casey Spears back to punt, and we saw against Kings, this guy's got a good leg.
Yeah, Spears can kick this ball. Scoops it off the ground. It's up in the air. Goes out of bounds, looks like on the Wolves 17-yard line.
Yeah, not the deepest punt in the world, but it did its job. It pinned them down inside their own 20, make them go 80-plus yards to get a touchdown. It did its job. It's all you can ask for on that one.
That's right. looks like the Wolves are going to send Nolan Lucas out here at quarterback again. That's who they started the game with. Big guy. I mean, if he ever decided he's going to run, they'd have to make sure they muscle up to him.
Yeah, that's the kind of play. If you got a big guy like that running, you got to aim low because you're not going to take him down, tackling him up high.
Got the snap. He gives it. Guy breaks a tackle. Probably gets thrown down, but not until he picks up about 8-9 yards.
Yeah, it was a hot snap there. He was able to corral it, but yeah, the snap almost gets Lucas right in the face, but he gets it to his running back. He does a nice job. He gets dumped on the back of his head, but he does pick up about 5 or 6 yards.
Kirsten Williams, number 9. Nice tackle for the Warriors on that.
Yeah, just adding to his stats. He's one of the league leaders in tackles.
Nolan Lucas whispering to the center. He's back there waiting to snap. Gives inside. This guy's still on his feet running through tacklers. They finally get him pulled down on the Wolf 44-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that's number 28, Zach Motes. He's been their primary running back tonight. He gets that hole up the middle. He gets there hard. He gets him a big first down. But with that running clock, time already an issue. We're down around 4:15 in the 3rd quarter, so time really an issue in this game for West Clermont.
See the chain gang on the far side of the field getting readjusted for this play.
Looks like Lucas is going to audible.
Lucas straight drops, throws his ball over.
Oh, nice play.
Caught, but immediate tackle by Mr. number 24, Quentin Jenkins Jr.
Yeah, and Jenkins does a nice job, the senior. He reads it, gets there, just wrestles him down. Adriel Arona, he just couldn't do much there. He's got a defender right on his back as soon as he catches it.
Jenkins has been a starter around here for 3 years and plays way bigger than he is. Good example of all of the years, a lot of Warriors play bigger than they are.
Oh, nice pop.
This guy's hit hard. Again, there's Quentin Jenkins Jr.
Yeah,
playing the wood to the.
Speaking of not playing to his size, look at this hit as we see this again. Jenkins just steps up. Yeah, Jenkins just stepped up in the hole and he dropped him. And Jake, as you were saying, Jenkins, he's not a big guy. He's 5'9", 165. And honestly, from up here, it looks like the 5'9" might be a little generous because he's not a very big guy, but he's laying the wood.
Bad snap. They're able to pick it up, and the timing being off allowed him to make good yardage on that play.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be just a bit short here, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Okay, so it looks like they're coming on 4th and 3.
Yeah, and there's that big hit by Jenkins. Looks like the Wolves are going to go for it on 4th down, and they pretty much have to at this point.
4th and 3. At some point, Lucas would have to prove that he can run this thing himself. Big guy like that.
Yeah, it looks like Winton Woods is daring them to beat him over the top because they've got everybody walked up in the box, and they're going to run it, and he trips over his own feet.
Nothing there.
Oh, the turf monster got him, and that's going to be Winton Woods' ball.
Warriors will take over on downs. That 4th down try by the Wolves was rejected.
Yeah, it looks like he tripped over his quarterback's foot there, and he went right into his offensive lineman's backside, and that's going to give the Warriors the ball. That's a killer if you're West Clermont, especially with the running clock now. They got only a little over a minute and a half to go in the 3rd.
But so like you say, they had to try to make that.
Yeah, they had to take a chance there, but the bad luck there, tripping over his quarterback's foot and going down. But
clock moving, 1:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. There's Spikes still going.
He's dragging him.
They finally get him twisted down, but not until he picks up a good 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Spikes, he's done a good job of running tonight. He's already got over 100 yards as we take another look. That's just a real simple handoff to the off tackle. He drags a couple Wolves with him. They finally wrestle him to the ground, but not before he picks up about 7.
You got a Wolf down.
Yeah, that looks like number 23, Riley Woodridge, is down. Or Woolridge, I'm sorry.
He's a sophomore. Coach Nick Ayers mentioned him to me prominently before the game. He's got a young team, a lot of sophomores and juniors.
Yeah, and that inexperience, that'll hurt you, but I bet in a year or two, this West Clermont team, they're going to be pretty tough because you're going to have a lot of guys who've had a lot of experience by the time these guys are juniors and seniors. You got to take your lumps when you got a young team because in the next couple of years, they're going to be tough.
Yeah, I don't know for sure how many years this West Clermont has been the school that combined Glen Estee and Amelia. But I do know that Nick Ayers, you know, he followed at Glen Estee where he was the head coach at Glen Estee, and he followed him over here as the head man of the Wolves.
Yeah, that's combining two good-sized schools and making them a really good-sized school. In Glen Estee, they have a very storied history of football, and you got some good athletes from Amelia, and you combine them into a really good team here. And it's like you get a year or two of experience on them. These guys are going to be really good in the next year or two.
We usually hear some scores. We haven't heard our PA announcer, Kent Chills, mention any scores either as the clock rolls down. Under a minute left to go in the third quarter at 45 seconds.
Yeah, I've got some scores for you. I can read you here when we get to the end of the quarter, Jake.
Okay.
Some of these are possibly out of date now since these are probably a little old, but got a couple from local interest.
The Spikes cuts inside and picks up what he can. Looks like they got him down about a half-yard short of a first down.
Yeah, Winton Woods at this point, they're just trying to run the clock and go home and take the W with them. And I'd be very surprised if they run a play here.
James Minor, the third in the backfield on this 3rd and 2. It's like Glen Estee's calling timeout. Oh, that's the end of the third quarter, where we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 37 and the West Clermont Wolves 7.
Yeah, no points scored in that third quarter, Jake, but they had that running clock the whole time. Winton Woods, they're just trying to run clock. They're not trying to embarrass anybody tonight. So I'd be very surprised if we have a whole lot in the way of scoring here in the fourth quarter since this clock's going to be running, but you never know.
Well, you still want to see good execution. You don't want to see sloppy play. You know, these guys still got to keep their head in the game. But, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're proud of the way they've played so far tonight.
Yeah, and plus this is a perfect opportunity for both teams, actually, to get some of your younger guys out there and let them get some varsity experience under the lights. Actually, Jake, since we got a minute still, I got a couple of local scores of interest for the area. Princeton currently leading Fairfield 21-14 at half. Colerain's up 18-3 on Oak Hills at half. DuPont Manual's up 14-7 on LaSalle. St. X is beating Moeller 28-7. And my Spartans from Roger Bacon are down 21-0 to a very tough McNicholas team.
Okay, well, thanks for them scores. Oh, look at this. Ellery all the way down near the 30-yard line.
Ellery showing off the Jets there. That read option, he had all kinds of room up the middle, and he took advantage of it. As we take another look, that read option, he gets a nice block there by number 72. That's Darian Fannin, a great block there. He sprung a couple big runs for the Warriors tonight. And he sprung another one there. And Ellery gets a big first down.
There's Ellery waiting for the snap.
Uh-oh.
Through the 5-hole. It's picked up by Minor, but they're in there on him, and he's going to take a loss back to the 38-yard line. We see flags now at the end of the play.
Yeah, we had a Wolf lose a lid, too.
see what the officials say here about this flag.
We got a personal foul on Winton Woods. That's one of those late in the game. You got to just take the W and go home, guys. We don't need any stupid stuff after the whistle. Just take your W and let's get this thing over with.
Well, they might as well get under center, too.
Yeah, it was a good thing Minor was actually there. With them being in the pistol, they had Minor lined up behind Ellery, so the ball went between Ellery's feet, but Minor was right there to fall on it, so it was a very lucky break there for the Warriors.
Yeah, and it was.
Because if he was in a shotgun with nobody behind him, that ball's just going to roll.
You know, I think Ellery wants to beat him with his wheels some more. There's the give. Still muscle.
Still going.
Tyreek Spikes refusing to go down.
Yeah, Spikes has had some tough running today. He's also shown off that epic speed of his a couple times tonight. Nice little jump cut there, but he gets just absolutely swarmed by about 3 or 4 white jerseys, and then here comes about half of the defense for West Clermont to bring him down.
See, and this is at the point where West Clermont, and rightfully so, are not just going home. They're still fighting.
Yeah, even though the score's out of reach, you still got the coaches watching to see who's putting the effort in, and you don't want to look bad on film to your coaches because you may lose that starting job next week if they see you're not putting effort in.
I mean, Coach Nick Ayers over there, he must be doing something right to be the man in charge for this long over there between Glen Estee and West Clermont. So the Warriors are going to punt this ball. Kick is off, low kick.
Nice bounce.
Looks like the Warriors are going to be down and inside the 5-yard line.
Well done.
And they were able to down this thing on the 4-yard line.
And Casey Spears, after he hit that, he's giving a little celebration dance for that great punt. I mean, why not? That was an outstanding punt. That's all you can do as a punter. Kick that ball and watch it bounce inside the 5. That was an outstandingly executed play there.
But this is what the Warriors need. It's execution in their kicking game.
Yeah, they've been top-notch in this one. Spears has had 2 really good punts. Dan, the man, he's been 1 for 1 with field goals, and he's only missed 1 extra point that ends up not going to matter to anything. But their kicking game's been pretty solid today.
Because it has been. And that's what they need going forward. You know, the big game when they have Milford Eagles in here.
Yeah, and Jake, I believe you and I are both going to be calling that game next week right here on Waycross.
I'll be looking forward to it. There's the fake deep pass.
Oh,
and this ball
nice catch.
is caught by his receiver.
That's number 8, Adriel Arona, with an outstanding catch for the Wolves. Lucas just threw it out there and said, go get it. And he said, let me show off my wheels and show off my diving catch ability.
Nice catch as we see on the More Air instant replay. It's number 8, Adriel Arona, Jr.
Yeah, Arona's been involved a lot tonight for the Wolves on offense.
There's the give, and he runs through the first line of defenders. Again, this is number 8 with the ball, Arona.
Yeah, trying him out at running back on that play. Have him go deep on a pass, and then let's give you the ball again right up the middle. Young man's going to need some air after that last couple plays with the hard running.
You know, I was looking at their players before the game, and I saw this guy, number 8, doing his thing in the drills, and I asked one of the coaches, who is this number 8? Here's number 8 again with the carry. This is Adriel Arona.
Yeah, and Arona, he's still got another year of eligibility, so he'll be back next year for the Wolves, so that'll be exciting for them. Get him with some guys that have got another year of experience under on this Wolf team. They could be tough next year.
3rd and 4, under 6 minutes, or excuse me, under 7 minutes at 6:50. Noah Lucas got the snap, gives to Wow, that's a nice pickup, and he did fake He faked me, so I didn't see where that.
Yeah, that was number 4, Cameron Sleet with the catch. Breaks through the arm tackle and gets a big gain for West Clermont. As we take another look. Comes up, tries to make the big play there. That was number 29, Charles Johnson, the sophomore. Couldn't bring him down, and he gets a few extra yards and a big Wolf first down.
There's 8 with the carry again. Twist around the tackler. Still on his feet. Gets this ball down inside the 35-yard line of the Warriors.
Yeah, it looks like Winton Woods is putting in a lot of their substitutions here, letting some younger guys get some experience.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, the varsity guys, they've definitely earned the fourth quarter off with the way they played in this one.
Okay, so here's Nolan Lucas. And the pistol, he's looking to throw this ball. Still on his feet, throws his ball down the sidelines.
That's pass interference.
It's going to be incomplete, but the flags will probably be out there for pass interference.
Yeah, and that's likely going to be on number 30, Richard Bedford, the junior, because he was all over him down the sideline.
So 5:18 left to go in the game. We see Warrior Nation trying to beat Elvis to the exits here. They are leaving.
Yeah, it's a Friday night, and they know their Warriors have pretty much got this one well in hand, so they're looking to go do something else with their Friday night. Maybe head out and get some food, go have some fun, watch some college football, maybe go hang out with some friends that are watching another high school game, see what their friends have been doing for the night.
That's what it is about this time of year. This is the best time of year.
Absolutely. You can't beat the fall and the early winter when you're playing the high school football and the college football. Ain't nothing like it in the area. Cincinnati's a great football town.
Exactly.
You got all kinds of big conference matchups going on right now. Tomorrow, the UC Bearcats are playing the Indiana Hoosiers in a big matchup out in Bloomington. You can't beat Cincinnati. And they got the Bengals playing the Bears this weekend.
There's a hand again, but this guy's not going to get anything. They got him pulled down. It's like on about the 23-yard line. That's number 8 again, Adriel Arona.
Yeah, and even with the backups in for Winton Woods, they're just too fast. You can't beat them to the outside.
Clock moving, 4:27 left to go in the affair.
Take another look at that. Yeah, Arona brought down by 2 Warrior players. Even the backups, they're just too fast. You can't stretch them to the outside.
I see they got Kirsten Williams in the game to solidify some of these backups still.
Oh, we got a loose ball. No,
Ball out on the floor.
They're going to say that he was down.
Clock moving, 3:56.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a hole, but he got stood up and dropped pretty quickly as we're taking a look. Arona gets it. He's got a little bit of a hole there, and he gets stood up by number 53 of Winton Woods. That is, we do not have a 53 on the roster, actually. We don't know who that was, but it was a great play nonetheless.
That's the invisible boogeyman. Waiting for the snap. There's a throw.
Oh, thought he was going to jump
Tackle. Number 33 on the immediate stop. No, that's number 36 on the immediate stop.
Yeah, let's take another look here. The nice little out route.
That's number 33.
Yeah, that's Aaron Wallace. He was screaming out there to cover that one. I thought he was going to jump it and take it back for a touchdown, but just a split step too slow there, but he does make a nice play, only allows 1 yard.
And like you say, Sean, this is good that these guys got a chance to play. Various guys getting in this game. And it served them well as the season progresses.
Yeah, you want to make sure, one, your varsity guys don't get hurt in a game that's already out of reach at this point. So you want to make sure everybody stays healthy, especially with a big game next week with Milford. But two, you want to see what you got for next year because you got some of these guys are going to have to step up for the seniors.
This pass is complete, near the end zone, cross the goal line, touchdown for the West Clermont Wolves.
That's Bryson Early. He's actually ran a touchdown earlier in this game, and Early slow getting up.
Nolan Lucas stands tall in the pocket, and
that's one quarterback to another. And Early still down in the end zone.
yeah, he's going to be hurt. See the trainers coming out to tend to the young man.
Yeah, you hate to see a player get hurt, especially in a game that's this lopsided, but you just hope Early's okay. You never want to see anybody get hurt. It's a part of the game.
To his credit, he knew he was going to take that hit, and he still muscled his way in there and got into pay dirt land.
Yeah, and he held on too. He absorbed the hit and he held on for the touchdown, but
we see Warriors athletic trainer Becca Gaston wheeling out there with the golf cart to see if she could lend her assistance to the young man. You know, this is times where the medical staff sometimes have to work together on these guys.
yeah, and the good news is Early is sitting up, so that's a good sign.
Okay, yeah, so now he's up.
Yeah, he's going to walk off under his own power, so that's a good sign.
Good hand from the crowd, good sportsmanship. 2:25 left to go here.
And Early's accounted for both touchdowns for the Wolves in this one. He ran one in the second quarter, and he caught that touchdown. And Jake, with that one, since the score is now not a 30-point lead, we're going to have to play regular clock for the rest of this 2:25.
Oh, we can work with that.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a basketball game.
Yeah.
It'll take you a half hour to play a basketball game with that. But
oh, yeah, don't I know it, especially with the intentional fouls.
so here come the Wolves to put on the PAT. The kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 2:25 left to go here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 37 and the visiting Clermont Wolves 14.
Yeah, and you got to give West Clermont credit. They're down a lot, but they're not quitting. And if you're a coaching staff, obviously you're not happy with the result of the game, but you got to be happy your guys are still putting in that effort. They're not just rolling over and dying in this game, because they could have very easily just quit on this, but they're actually in the second half, they're outscoring Winton Woods 7-0. So
yeah, I mean, they have a lot of good things that they can lay their hat on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very young team, so you got to be encouraged that you got the young guys who aren't giving up.
So you say we'll be here next week covering the affair between Milford Eagles and our Winton Woods Warriors. And you say the weather is not going to be all that tough next week?
No, I saw Thursday we're going to get some rain, but it's going to bring in a cold front. It sounds like we're going to have our first real taste of fall here as we get into the first week of fall.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'd rather have real taste of fall weather than this hurricane season.
Oh, yeah. I'd much rather have a taste of fall than having 90 and humid in September, because I've played both when I was playing football, and as an offensive lineman, and I'm sure everybody else at their position as well feels the same way, it's a lot easier to run around when it's about 55 degrees than when it's 90 and have tropical humidity.
Onside kick. The Warriors able to pick it up. Who's that on that ball? Number 12?
Yeah, that's Antonio Turner Jr. for the Warriors. Scoops that thing up like a ground ball and just goes down like he's supposed to.
So the Warriors had this ball 1st and 10. They should be able to run the clock out.
Be interesting to see if the Warriors keep Ellery in there at quarterback or if they go to somebody else. And Ellery's actually on the sideline, so that answers my question.
Yeah, it looks like they're sending number 16 out there as the quarterback.
Yeah, that's Caleb Sanders, the senior. This is actually an unusual situation that Winton Woods has. They have 3 senior quarterbacks.
Nice keep. And he's still on his feet. He's around right in, and he's across the 30-yard line into Wolf territory.
And we got some laundry on the field, and it's coming back. Got a hold against the Warriors. So all that run in there by Sanders is coming back. As we take another look, once again that read option, Sanders sees the hole and he just books it. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. He finally gets his legs cut out from under him, but it's just not going to count. They do give him about 9, though. It's going to be 1st and 1.
1st and 1. Clock moving. Sanders back there in the pistol. He claps the snap. There's Gibbs, number 28 in there. That's Tyler Gooding. 5'10", 205-pound freshman.
That's a big young man that's only a 9th grader.
Yep. Wearing that Mr. number 28 number around here.
Yeah. I'm sure the Bengal fans remember 28 being Corey Dillon.
Oh, man, there you go. Oh, Corey Dillon, I'm cool with Corey Dillon. Yeah, because he went to New England and he proved who was right. There's the Warriors with the ball. Stops and lets this guy run past him. Number 31 still on his feet and finally get him shoved out of bounds. T.J. Bookman, why he's the holder on the points after and field goals.
Yeah, we take another look here. Buckman, he takes off to the outside, gets a nice block downfield, sidesteps one tackler. Nice block there. He's just kind of doing a little bit of a, excuse me here, I'm just going to go tiptoeing around you, and he finally gets dragged down out of bounds.
You know, I was looking at him in practice, you know, when they were practicing him long snapping, and I thought, this guy looks like he could run this ball too.
Yeah, Buckman's got some quick feet. Oh, there goes Sanders.
Sanders in the end zone, touchdown, Winton Woods Warriors. 18.6 seconds left, and he's able to cross the goal line once more for the Warriors.
Yeah, and that senior Caleb Sanders, let's take another look. He already showed once on this drive that he can do it when he does that read option. He's got some good speed.
Yeah, that's fresh legs right there. This is good stuff to have on film. This way, when Milford comes in here next week, they can't make any assumptions about just worrying about, 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, Milford's going to have a couple different guys to worry about next week when they come to town. They got Ellery showed off his wheels and his arm. You got Spikes. You got Minor. And now you got Sanders to worry about, too, if he gets in the game.
Here's Dan Umba-Dombele. Hole is down. The kick is up. And that kick is good. So with 18.6 seconds left to go here from Frederick Stadium, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 44. And the Clermont Wolves 14. See, now that's, they didn't run it up. The guy just doing a play. What's he supposed to do, fall down?
Yeah, that's one of those. We're not going to throw it on you, but you still got to stop our running game. We're not just going to stop playing. There's another look at Sanders.
We see the clock running out down to 5 seconds as the players approach the 50-yard line to respect the game. And the clock's at 000. So we have a final score from Frederick Stadium here on the campus of Winton Woods High School, Forest Park, Ohio, of your Winton Woods Warriors 44 and the visiting West Clermont Wolves 14. For my partner, Shane Coleman, this is Jacob Williams for all the hard-working resources of Waycross Community Media. Thank you for spending time with us tonight, and we'll see you next week. So long.